So because of that idea, you think it's going to get even worse?
I think it's going to get worse, and I don't think there's ever been a labor shortage because there's always been a labor
there's
shortage.
People out there.
I've spoken to Jim. I've been fortunate enough to speak to tradespeople as old as 80 years old, as young as 15 years old, right? And that labor shortage has been going on since the 70s, 80s, 90s. And I think what's different today, construction has so much competition when it comes to an option for your career.
Okay.
When we start talking about the digital age, right? But I try to encourage that, listen, construction is not just about swinging hammers. Like there's a lot of that machinery that's being operated and needs to be diagnosed and worked on. You can be a tech person that studied all this tech and computerized and all this other stuff. You can probably come up with ways to improve this machinery. That's where you're connected to construction now. So there's so many different things that are connected to construction without being the swinging hammer person, right? So, but the problem is that we're not educating that. We're not talking about that. All we talk about is we need we have a labor shortage, so we need to get more labor in there. My concern with the government is that they only want to focus on the segment of the population, which is the smallest segment of the population, getting all the benefits to get into construction. I've had someone reach out to me recently, and I'm on the fence about having them on the show because they're government subsidized and they only focus because of the mandate that's coming from the government on a less than 10% part of the population. And for lack of a better word, because I would just want to use this word and I don't care if it ruffles feathers, they don't want to incentivize white people to get into construction. They want to focus on such a minority to get into construction. And my thought process is they really don't want to get into construction, but that's the group that you want to go after.